turn this off. How's everybody doing? Hi. Do you want to look outside today? This is, oh, I did it again. My boob turned my screen sideways. All right, I want to show you what it looks like outside. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And I have the camera running, folks. Look at that flurry. Oh, look at the size of the snowflakes, Howie. Perfect. I have the camera going because I'm trying, you remember my, oh, okay, hang on a second. There it is. I figured it out. All right. It's taken me doing that with my bubbies like 3 or 4 times before I realized how to watch it, move my keyboard out of the way. So, hi, let me say hi to everybody. Andrew Thomas, that's a new name. Autumn Gypsy, did you get your parcel yet? Autumn Leaf 29, hi, darling. Betty Randall, Bonnie, Deary, Dave Smith, probably from Arizona. I knew another Dave Smith. Edie Murray, Ellen Mayan, Helen always being Helen, Java Mama, Helen Burke, Jessica Pierce, Joe Mama, Doris K, Cooking Corner, Leanne Dishoff, and I can't go any farther because the chat was starting to jump. Let me pop out my chat and let me put it on live chat. Hi, how's it going? It's not a cold sore, but if you ever got like maybe I slept with drool coming out and it got dry and chapped. I have a chapped corner of my mouth. Yeah, guys, I'm missing like 6 molars. Of course, I'm going to drool in my sleep, right? The teeth don't stop it. Okay. Hey, Cindy. So what I've done is I've put my camera out on the veranda. I've got 71 minutes rolling. And the snow. Yay! You remember how I always put that falling snow video with Christmas music every year? Well, that's really old, right? I don't even have that view anymore because I have an enclosed porch, then a veranda, then a deck, and that runs across the front of my house, right? Well, before the addition, my porch opened out. It was pre-addition and pre-roof, I think. New roof. My porch door faced that way, and it faced the woods where now my motor coach is parked and stuff and that's where I got the footage for my falling snow. Well, I haven't been able to get a good angle since with my camera because of falling snow. It's, because when I filmed it from inside my porch. Right? So the camera, right now it's on the veranda and it's under a roof. So let's hope a snowflake or something doesn't hit the lens. Sorry, folks. Sorry. For some reason, my phone dropped it. We stopped homeschooling to watch your wolf leg. Hi, Joey. He is happy he was doing a math exam. How's it going? How's Lauren today? Lauren, my sunshine. How are you, darling? How does Gracie like your kitty ears? She never notices. She never notices. I don't look at them as like kitty ears. I look at them as just like animal ears, right? So it can cover my bear and it can cover my wolf and all those things. So I was happy to get off. Wow. How many members of the wolf leg family are actually on here? Is there like 2 of you, 3 of you, 10 of you? Because you seem like a big clan when it comes to chat. So I'm starting my seeds today. How did you like my video? I did all of that yesterday. And so we're having shawarmas tonight with the last of the chicken, if Howie would be so kind. Hi, Lauren. Mwah! Um, Hi, hot child in the city. Oh, that pizza's going to be so good. That pizza is going to be so good. And you know what? There's three of us. Okay. Hey, Johan, how's it going? I don't have a lot of time to say, but hi, darling. How are you, CFF? We've had mince and tatties for tea. Mmm, that sounds good. Hi, Carla Wyatt and Random Human. There is three of us. Okay. Hi, Andrew. I got your email. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed your letter. Um, just had a workout and I need food. Well, get some food into you, boy. Get some food into you. Can't stay, have a laundry room flood to deal with. Oh dear. I'm so sorry to hear that. All right, well, you hang on. You just don't overdo it, okay, Furby? Please. I made homemade pizza the other night and forgot my garlic sauce on it. Oh, how could you? My garlic sauce, as you saw, was a little bit runny because I was winging it and I forgot, and I had it just a bit too much lemon juice, but it doesn't stop it from being bloody delicious. So I'm going to be planting. Oh, see, that's what I keep doing to that, eh? See if I got a chapstick here anywhere. I usually have at least one. So I'm going to be planting. I thought I was going to do it yesterday, but bless her heart, homemade chapstick. And it's just beeswax. It's from my daughter-in-law. There. And that'll stop me from wanting to flick it with my tongue. Hey, Bev, you guys can keep the snow up there on the east coast of Nova Scotia. We have none. Really, Rob? Really? You don't have any snow in Nova Scotia? That's nuts, man. Wow. So today I'm going to be starting. Oh God, I've got to check my camera. Snowfall is perfect. And if I end up losing it because of a snowflake on the lens, I'm going to be upset. I'll be right back. Ow. 41 minutes left on the battery, and I knew that was going to be beautiful snow. I just moved the camera. Did you move it? Because it was showing the vines. But I still got 41 minutes. That's okay, honey. I'm glad I checked it. Howie had to move it when he went out. He went outside to move the car for Jimmy to plow. And he moved the camera. And there was like vines, the old dead bean vines on half of it. Oh my gosh. This is perfect footage. It's a piece of my barn and snow-covered trees and falling snow. It's going to be lovely. Awesome. You have snow. My neighbor had been sandbagging for 2 days. My back went and I felt guilty for not helping, but we're safe now. What are you talking about? Flooding? Andrew, you got flooding in Yorkshire? Rob, the Matrix guy from Nova Scotia. Some parts do, but all along the coastline, there's none. Wow. Lots of flooding in the UK at the moment. Okay, well, we'll include them in the prayers. Right? Hey, freaky geek. Thankfully, the Coldwater River is not too deep as of yet. Wow. I forget how lucky I am that I live on the side of a hill. Now, if we have an earthquake and then 3 or 4 days of torrential rain, I can't guarantee that my house won't slide into the ravine. But barring that, we should be fine. How's my postal service at the moment? Not that great. We're not like, we're not getting, actually, when was the last time we checked the mail, Howie? Friday? When was the last time we checked the mail? Monday? Yeah. No, Monday when you went to work. When you went to the doctor's. Okay. Yeah, we haven't been getting much mail. I did get an ornament and some tea towel. I got an ornament from Kim and it got broken. And because it had like rock salt or something in it. And it was glass. And no matter how you wrap it, when it gets rattled, the rocks inside the glass are going to rattle, right? Okay. Hi, Tina. How's it going? Storm Christoph is battering Yorkshire and the River Don has swollen dangerously high. Some people have been evacuated, but we're just on high alert for flooding. Oh, well, thank you, Suzette. Oh, Andrew, that's terrible. Well, we'll make sure we keep you in our prayers. I keep checking because the snowfall's perfect and I got 41 minutes left on my camera to catch it. You know what I mean? So we've been hearing thunder. We're supposed to have, well, you know what? The snow isn't going to last. Apparently our temperatures are going up and then we're going to have melting. Hello, I was Wolf Leg family. Feeling better from bronchitis, Bev. Oh, Pearly, that's much better, but don't stop the medication and continue the medication and continue to drink lots of clear fluids. Are you on antibiotics? Because if you are, remember to replace, because broad spectrum antibiotics, they kill all the friendly bacteria. And what happens is you end up with like yeast infections in your blood and your ears and your pee and all that stuff. So make sure you get a nice high probiotic yogurt and have one every day while you're on antibiotics, okay? I got my phone to connect. Hi, Molly. How are you, darling? Yeah, still on meds. Okay. Hi, Marcus. How are you doing, darling? Jessica Kickbush. This is I just going to say, that's the first time I've seen this name. This is my first live chat with you. I dehydrated celery after watching your videos. I also did parsley and cilantro this week as well. Good for you. Oh, I'm telling you, the only thing that Howie said is when he saw my first pizza, he said, add more garlic sauce. So I'll add more. But if you don't like the heavy garlic flavor, which I just love, and it's funny, I remember going on a date with my boyfriend and his family. This was years ago when Arthur was a baby. And they took me to this restaurant. I think it was called Bellamy's. And everybody was ordering Caesar salad. Like it was his mom and his brother's wife and stuff. And I said, what's a Caesar salad? And they said, and I was 26 years old or 24 years old, 25 years old. I was still 24. I hadn't turned 25 yet. And I said, what's a Caesar salad? And they looked at me and he said, well, do you like garlic? And I said, no. And he goes, oh, so I was the only one at the table who had like a chef salad with French dressing because I'd never had a Caesar salad. And, but I'm nuts for garlic now. The older I get, the more I like garlic. Does that make sense? Driving hubby nuts at the moment as I can't taste anything. Do you got COVID, Bonnie? Do you have an upper respiratory infection? Because if you can't taste anything, that's a side effect. And my concern with Pearly is that she was misdiagnosed. Because if you're on your second bout of bronchial medication, second load of antibiotics and drugs, I've never heard bronchitis go that long. And it almost killed me. And I was better without after my meds. I still had some residual, but I was better enough after one thing of medication. So I worry. Nope, not being able to taste anything since last February. Well, then you've got to concentrate on your smell, right? Smell is just as much as a flavor enhancer as the flavor itself. So if you can't taste anything, make sure you get a good whiff of it before you eat it. I roasted 3 garlic bulbs. Hi, Debbie H. from Wisconsin. It's been a long time since able to catch. Oh, shoot. There goes my. It's been a long time since Debbie HS, been a long time since I able to catch a live. I'm late, but Happy New Year. Happy New Year to you too, dear. I'm missing something here. Can't smell or taste. Fun for farts. Howie's really grateful that we sleep in separate beds because I used to go, whoop, and then I go, 1, 2, 3, magic lantern, and I'd pull the blanket over his head and choke him out, right? It goes that long with me, Bev. I'm bad with bronchitis. Well, I was too. That's why I've never in my life, well, mind you, I quit smoking, but I've never in my life had to go two rounds of medication for bronchitis. That's just really bad. Please ask them to check you again, just to be safe, okay? My brother couldn't smell for about 3 years. He had polyps in his nose. Oh, poor baby. So what else would I? Oh, yes. With all this wonderful snow, the snowblower is going to have, the new snowblower is going to have to be pulled out. And guess who's going to run it? Do you want a video? Howie's going to hook up some lights on my dining room table, because we really don't eat at the table unless we have company, which is we're not going to have company for any length of time soon, right? So I'm going to get Howie's going to hook up my plant lights, my sun blasters, and my other one. If I could do the stairs, I'd just get him to put the tent up. But christening the snowblower. What are you calling her? Runaround Sue. We have a name for the snowblower, Howie. Runaround Sue. Actually, never mind. That's my scooter. That's my scooter is Runaround Sue. I don't know. I haven't got a name for the snowblower. So I'm glad, Carol McKinney. I'm really glad to hear that. Oh, of course I'll be safe, Molly. Smoky Mountains. Hi, Terry Welsh. Maybe you did have COVID and didn't know it. The smell and taste thing can linger for a long time. I think it was due to something else that was going on with Bonnie, and we're just going to let it rest. Obviously, she knows what's going on. We don't want to press her for details if it doesn't make her comfortable, right? I wonder if that's why my mother cannot smell. 7 years now, I will have to ask her doctor to check that. That's a good idea. I had garlic breath, but I will take that. I had garlic breath, but I'll take that. Under pressure. How's it going, Paula Bowie? CFF, get some Pulmicort and use it in a nasal rinse. There you go. That's very unusual, even when prone to bronchitis. Yeah. Like, I mean, I was on full course of meds for 10 days, and yeah, I still had a light residual cough afterwards and some shortness of breath, but it was gone, right? Like I didn't have to go for a second bout of meds. So anyway, so I'm going to be doing the snowblower either today or tomorrow. And I'm going to have to shortly bring my camera in and shut it off and let it, because it is outside. It's under the roof, but it is outside. I had pulmonary embolism and it's not been right since. Oh God, you're lucky to be alive, Bonnie. You're lucky to be alive. Always takes 2 rounds, and daughter does too with bronchitis. Wow. Come and blow my ice away. Are you being saucy? Um, oh, is Steven here yet? Hey, Vicky Lemire. How you doing, sweetheart? Oh, that garlic sauce is magic. I mean, we use it more than mayonnaise. I mean, we had spaghetti. So you want some garlic sauce in there? Absolutely. Just put the noodles in your bowl and then throw a thwap of garlic sauce on there and then mix it in your noodles and then pour your sauce over it. Num, 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 num. It's really good. Hey, Ann Lewis. How's it going? Yes, your MRI's tomorrow, right? Your MRI's tomorrow. And what day is your surgery on your back, Vicky? Or your hip? It's your hip, isn't it? Who's getting their hip replaced? Had friends lose sense of smell from sinus and allergies many years ago. Loss of smell alters and diminishes sense of taste. Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does. I mean, that's why you go to ears, nose, and throat doctors, right? I mean, that whole thing. Think about eating, all right? Take it from someone who was once 415 pounds, all right? Eating is a whole body experience. Trust me. I use it for everything except pizza. Really? Battery life shortens when in use in cold weather, doesn't it? I don't know. I'm going to have to go out and look shortly. Okay, Cam. You just, lurking at work. Lurker. That'd be you. Be great. I'm glad you have a job, sweetheart. I'm glad you have a job. February 10th, I go to see the surgeon. Then I get a date for surgery. Oh, I'm not happy. I have my first boob squeeze Friday. Okay, what's a boob squeeze Friday? And you're not happy? Hi, Malka. How are you, darling? So many elderly lose appetite. Terry, okay, you're getting your hip replaced. We talked on, did we email each other? See, this is the problem. I get emails and Facebook posts and stuff, and I don't always remember who is who, but I do my best to answer all emails, right? And there's a lot of you folks. So it's, it's not, there's a lot of you folks. So it's really difficult to remember names. It's Mary Jane. Hi, Bev. I'm not a monitor. Yes, you are. It shows that you're a moderator. Cindy Howard. Okay. Mammogram. Oh, I haven't had that yet. I haven't had it yet. I don't want one. I do have to find. We have to go through paperwork soon. Thank God he's going deaf. No, that's a bad joke. That's a bad joke. I have to get find my requisition for my internal whoopee ultrasound. I gotta go today. Okay, Autumn Gypsy. You have ice where you live. Okay, Marcus. I was teasing, honey. I'm fine except legs, even with magnesium. Oh, thank you for reminding me. You know what? If you guys don't remind me, I forget to take my supplements because I take them with you every day. I'll save the vitamin C for after my cup of tea. Oh, I'm glad, Terry. I'm glad. Gotta go. Okay, y'all. Take care, sweetheart. Mwah. I love you. We'll talk soon. 1 zinc, 1 moringa, 1 calcium magnesium. 2 days I don't do mammograms, pap smears, colonoscopies, etc. No more, too invasive. I still have to have. Well, think about it. After Noreen's scare, okay, and she's going in for her surgery soon. I think it was today. So let's hold her up in our prayers today. I think it was today. I'm not sure. But I still have pain down there. So I'm going to have to go and get the whoopee, probed, and it's going to be hard. I'm a virgin. My nephew Frank Peter Benson Leitner found the mutant gene for CF. Yeah, because he had something completely else. Yeah, I'm going to get it done. I'm going to get it done. Right? If nothing else, they're going to say, "Whoa, you got a big old fibroid in there. Yank the uterus," which they should have done when they took my ovaries. Hi, Donna Holland. How's it going? Having leg cramps these past 2 days, even with the mag supplements. Are you taking them with calcium? Hi, all. Brother-in-law came by and fixed a couple of things. He is sweet. Aw, Donna, that's awesome. Sorry, Bev, I gotta go do what you gotta do. Okay, sweetheart, take care. How are your cats? So, Howie's going to set up my Sunblaster lights and my Mars light, and I'm going to put my 2 Sansi lights in the reflector boxes I have for filming, which really don't work. What I need is a light ring for my tripod. And then I'm going to plant onions, leeks, and celeries. Okay, well, you know what? Maybe you should up the dosage, honey. Maybe you should take 2. I only take 1, but 2 nights in a row I forgot, got a leg cramp. So, I mean, it does make a difference. Don't blast the sun, it will get dark. I meant you got to do what you got to do. Oh, right. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But you're right. I don't want any more invasive tactics. I may get a mammogram once, and when it comes, but my thing with mammograms is they're going to see scar tissue because I had breast reduction surgery when I was 16. Then I had children, so they're going to see scar tissue, and they're gonna make me do it again. You know what I mean? Only to find out that it's scar tissue. Listening while cooking. Okay, what are you cooking, Suzette? They told me to get my fiance vitamin E for his leg cramp along with the magnesium and calcium. Vitamin E is more of a vitamin good for more topical than internal. But that's just me. Don't, do your own research, please. They will be able to tell the difference between scar tissue and a lump. Okay. They have better rads now. They can see what scars. Okay. Scar tissue. Yeah, it's like a bio oil, right? Have to go now. We'll listen in car. Everyone have a great day. Okay, Chaos. Drive carefully, all right? No distracted driving. I'm doing pork ribs for dinner. I have pork ribs, but they look kind of loose in the bag. Maybe I'll stew them in the crock pot. Maybe I'll do them in the crock pot for 12. Oh, I haven't done crock pot ribs in a long time. Bev, so I think I should take 2 tabs instead of 1 mag. Yes. Yes. Hey, Ginger Gargoyle. Vince Pellegrino. How are you? Bev, your chicken garlic pizza looks amazing. I made a baked pasta with spinach and ricotta. I may do, if I get to Food Basics, where broccoli is on sale right now for 88 cents a bunch. It's the 88 cents week, sale week, which is weird because last week they had 88-cent spinach. But if I get my hands on some cheap broccoli, I'm going to do a couple more freezer meals of macaroni and cheese and bacon. Macaroni, cheese, bacon, and broccoli. And I'll put those in the freezer. And then you guys are not going to get any more freezer meals because I'll have enough. Trust me. We'll be eating freezer meals now almost daily. You're making me hungry. Well, thank you, Ann Lewis. Yellow bird up high in banana tree. Yellow bird, you sit all alone like me. Did your lady friend leave the nest again? That's all I can remember. Thank you, Ann. I refused to get a mammogram and had an MRI for back, and they saw something in breast, and it was breast cancer. Okay, all right. I will have one. I will have one mammogram. But trust me when I say I know that one mammogram is enough radiations for 250 chest x-rays. So do you see my hesitation? Doctors want me to do blood work, but I'm terrified of needles. Oh, I'm supposed to have blood work too. I can't find the requisition form. Made chicken broccoli stir fry last night. Now I'm craving broccoli cheese soup. I'm craving broccoli, period. My mother had leg cramps and the doctor told her to drink orange juice. It seemed to help. Joe Mama, Bev, they aren't as bad as you think. Lay off caffeine for a week beforehand. I don't drink coffee. I drink caffeine in tea. And no, I'm not going to lay off. I drink 3 of these a day. Look at the size of this mug. It's 30 ounces. And I have at least 2 of them. Thank you, Paula Bowie. Why would you lay off caffeine, though, Joe Mama? Let me, explain what's the caffeine got to do with the mammogram. What did Marcus say? My mother had leg cramps. Yeah, drink orange juice. But calcium, magnesium stopped my leg cramps. And the D3 helps with SADS. SADS is seasonal affective disorder because people in the winter don't get out into the sunshine as much, right? Honey, could you bring in my camera and tripod, please? The snow has stopped and I have to charge my battery for planting seeds. They're a sign of low potassium. My father-in-law eats bananas to relieve it. Well, that depends. See, your father-in-law is a man. Women are different. I shit you not. We absorb more calcium, okay? But we don't absorb it properly, okay? So it can build in nodules and stuff on your joints. Calcium alone is not enough. You need the magnesium. So if you're not absorbing the calcium, okay, the magnesium is trying to pull it from your bones, which has caused leg cramp. One or the other, calcium or magnesium, is trying to pull it from your bones, and that causes the leg cramps. So if you do a CalMag supplement, if you're a woman, CalMag works better than anything else. I like one pot cooking, but thinking to ask a neighbor to cook for me 3 times a week. But why? Is she a good cook? I can't eat too many bananas because I'm diabetic, and that's why I just get the magnesium. Well, there you go, too. Monograms are not accurate. Okay, do you mean mammograms, Kara Roby? Hey, Bev, I have some good news. Ahmad! Okay, tell us your good news, darling. When do you think we're going to need to snow blow, dear?
I'm not doing anything till tomorrow.
Okay, did you bring my camera in?
Yes, I did do that.
Can I have it, please? I need to charge it up. Oh, there's my little heart that fell. Oh! What are you wearing? Oh, you're wearing your comfies. Nobody's going to care. You got pants and underwear on.
Right here, right now. Okay.
All right. Thank you, dear. Does Gracie got to go out? Ooh, I'm not even going to open it. I'm just going to put it on charge for now because my battery. There it is. All right, I'm back. Everyone says hi. Hi. He's he's going through some stuff, right? I mean, your man gets laid off, hasn't been laid off in 30 years, right? It's gonna do some emotional, it's gonna do some mental and emotional screwing with you. So,
And my shoulder's killing me.
and his shoulder's killing him. So he's, did you take a Robaxacet? Take an anti-inflammatory, please. Like an ibuprofen. The Tylenol is only good for pain. The anti-inflammatory will be good for the swelling. A teaspoon of mustard stops my leg cramps when it's happening. Like, do you spread it on your leg or do you eat it? I can't eat most supplements because kidneys will not filter them out of my body. Yeah. Howie, you could be a Chippendale. Bonnie says you could be a Chippendale. Can't hang on to the pole. That's a good one, honey. Hey, Avonlea Ann. How's it going, sweetheart? Snow. Yeah, I just got some really nice footage, I hope, of falling snow for next winter's Christmas music. It's it needs to be updated, right? Okay, so that's pretty much all that's going on. I'm not going to be doing any more freezer meals for a while. I can only do so many, like I can only cook so much. It's like with my cannabis. When I do that kind of, large scale cooking, raising, I don't want to cook for days. So, hallelujah for your wedgie fry vid. You saved my 10 pounds of taters from not being used. Why the ears today? Because I found them in my drawer on my bedside table when I was looking for hairpins. You have the same camera, but in blue. I didn't know they came in blue. I hope you read my post, Bev, about caffeine. And okay, I'm going to go back because you're easy to find because you are a Canadian flag. And I don't see it anywhere. Was it a particularly long post? I can't see a post at all from you, Brigitte. I don't see a post from you at all. Last month, I went to the doctor and weighed in at 410 pounds. Now I have changed my eating habits and cut out sodas and sugars. And now I'm at 380 and proud of myself. I do have a long way to go. You know what, Ahmad? You may not be able to see those 30 pounds. This is what I totally get. Okay? Bravo, honey. Bravo. You've made a very big step. Like even Briar's cut out soda altogether. And he's cut way back on sugar. Right? Because he said, I'm going to be 28 years old. And I'm still, I drink pop and stuff every day. So that's awesome, Ahmad. I remember when I when I was 415 pounds, I had gastric bypass surgery and I lost 50 pounds. And the only person who noticed was me. Why? Because I could roll over in bed differently, because I could move differently, because it was easier to look after myself. So I took Bev to Chippendales. No, Mary Jane, that was not Chippendales. It was Burlesque. I remember that. But it wasn't the Chippendales. It was something, they had another name, but it was really good Burlesque. Really good. So I'm starting to feel better. Oh, that's awesome. Fantastic, Ahmad. You're taking care of your health and every pound counts. Absolutely. Absolutely, Ahmad. That's awesome. Steroid shot for my shoulder. Ooh. Okay. Terry, Brigitte, I didn't find your post about the caffeine and the mammogram. No, it wasn't. It was long before Thunder from Down Under, guys. I was 19 years old. What the hell were they called? But these guys came out in top hats and tails, right? And somebody got a table dance behind us. I was 19. Okay. I'd never been to the strippers before. And I'm, they're ever, Donna and Mary Jane and was it Karen, Mary Jane? I just wrote it again. Get a mammo and an ultrasound every year because of dense breast tissue. Okay, but what's that got to do with caffeine? Okay, I will get a mammogram. All right. Chain reaction. Has Howie used CBD cream rubbed on his shoulder? Works really well and helps. No THC. I do have THC skin cream. I may try that. Post said caffeine makes your boobs sensitive and it will hurt less without caffeine. Well, I've got a really, really high pain threshold. And I'm not giving up my cup of tea before they squish my boobs. I'm having my bloody tea. That's a funny story. Chippendale, I once went there. Oh, so they're all watching the guy who's doing the table dance behind me. And he is getting pissed off because I won't turn around and look. So do you remember this, Mary Jane? Ginny. It was Ginny. Right. I thought Karen went with us. But anyway, I felt something hit my shoulders and I looked and it was his jacket. He started draping his clothes on me as he was stripping for the table behind us. And Donna and Ginny and Mary Jane were just pissing their pants laughing because I was terrified I was going to turn around and be face to face with a bulge and a G-string. So I was not turning around. But oh my God. Well, time passes, and I went to visit a friend in Toronto. His name was Mike Wenzel. And no, I wasn't sleeping with him. Never did. But I went to visit him in Toronto. And we met up with some more other friends who were a couple. And the four of us decided to go out to downtown Toronto and do the strippers and stuff, right? So we went to this place called the Zanzibar. Do you remember the Zanzibar, Hal? The Zanzibar in Toronto. And the beautiful part about the Zanzibar was the upstairs was for the men and the downstairs was for the women. And do you remember me telling you about the story of the stripper coming out dancing on his hands in black leather chaps, black vest and black cowboy hat and nothing else? Well, on a black leather G-string. And he came and he was all dark and swarthy, like, real dark cowboy type. He come out to dancing on his hands to back in the saddle. So when this is how far I went from age 19 to age, say, 22. 22. Okay? I got a table dance from that guy. I don't want to think about it because it'll cause pain. But he gave me a souvenir. So when we met the guys, we went upstairs. We agreed on a time that we would all meet and back out front, and we met the guys. And Jackie had bought a Zanzibar t-shirt to show her husband. Oh, look, honey, look what I got. And my friend Mike looked at me and said, "What'd you get?" And I went like this, and I pulled his G-string out of my cleavage. And he goes, "Damn, I wish I'd have been there to see that." Terry White Bev, Lena fell down, a big knot on her head and knee. Has she been to the hospital? Lena K, have you gone to the hospital? I'm glad I made you laugh, Malka, right? That man asked me, let's just say it was really difficult when we went back to his place, and he lived with his brother. So it was all like we had a chaperone and everything. But when we went back to his place, I had to say no a lot. So, does Bev ever use slow chat? What's slow chat? Chain reaction. Hi, Minnesota country girl. Yes, the chat moves really fast sometimes. Yes, it does. I don't know what slow chat is. I know. But that's a true story. If you ever meet up with a guy named Mike Wenzel in the Kawartha Lakes area, apparently he married a big, beautiful Amazonian Swedish heritage blonde. God love you, Mike. They sent me home. All beds were full. Okay, well, like what? Did they check you for concussion, darling? Lena, did they check you for concussion? Hey, Mary Cook. Can't read any comments, especially when she's talking. Yeah, it's because the comments move so fast. Hi, Bev. Been away. Mary Cook. Husband is sick. Surgery coming soon. Love you all. Well, we'll add him into the prayer, sweetheart. You have a slow chat setting that you can turn on that and chat slows way down. Well, let me look. I have live. Oh, that's top chat, you mean? Then I miss stuff. It's not slow chat, it's top chat. I don't think I have any other. No, manage moderators, participants, toggle timestamps, send feedback, and top chat. No, I don't want top chat. I might miss something. I know, I miss everything, right? Well, thank you, Bella. I got up and made myself some toast and eggs and went back to bed because I didn't get to sleep till after 2. And then I hopped in the shower and I dumped a pile of clean laundry onto the growing pile on the couch next to Howie. And I washed my trays that I'm going to plant my onions, leeks, and celery in, or start them in. Sweetheart. Hi. Now, what are you healing from? Did you have surgery? Or are you ill? Please, folks, please don't get upset if I can't remember from one day to the next whose illness is whose. Remember, I'm just looking at names. And although I get to know you over time, I'm still just looking at names. And so it's really hard for me to make a connection. And when we have the Connected Hearts Facebook page, sometimes the YouTube name and the Facebook name are different, and that just confuses me more. Alaska Prepper uses a 60-second slow chat mode from YouTube. I'm going to have to look at Yarn! Sharon! What the Sorry. I'll have to check that out. I will have to check that out. I read that cinnamon and eating more nuts is good. Yes, cinnamon's good for, but just be careful. Cinnamon's a really hot spice, believe it or not. 203 people? I only see 200. Okay. Am I missing anything? Broken ribs. Oh, honey. Right. Now, are you doing your breathing? Remember we talked about, thank you for reminding me. Are you doing the breathing? You have that machine so that you go and make all the balls go up. There's another funny story. We went to visit my dad in the hospital after a heart attack. And, or surgery or something. I don't know what it was. I can't remember. Okay, isn't that awful? Can't remember, but it was in Peterborough. And he had this, my sister Wendy and my brother Billy and I all went to visit Dad. And he had this machine. Hi, Julie Austin. I want to see if Janie Fogels. Yes, using nebulizer. It's missed. Okay, well, there's good. Don't forget to keep using that. As long as you're in pain, keep using it, okay? Lena K, while I was there, I got a new salmon-colored blanket from them because I was freezing. Well, there you go. All right, so we went to visit Dad in the hospital. Okay, you're getting stories today for some reason. Went to visit Dad in the hospital, And we said, what, Billy said, oh, what's this for? And I said, oh, that's so it makes you have to suck on it, like, and try and get all the balls to go up and then hold them as long as you can. And it's a way to get you to breathe deeper after surgery or whatever. So of course we all took turns trying it out, right? Like we made Dad do it, and he goes, no, I don't want to do it. This is like, do it, Dad, let's see. And Dad got, two balls halfway up, right? And then Billy tried it, and he got one ball up, two balls up, one halfway, and he couldn't hold it. And Wendy pulled on it, really pulled on it. And, she got three balls to hit before they came down. I held three balls in suspension for 15 seconds. No, 10. 10 or 11? They counted. And my brother Billy looked at me and just shook his head. My father-in-law has something like that for when he can't catch his breath. Yeah. Tammy Eisenbladder. What a great name. Did I say it right? Listening to you while drafting repairs for a historic building in New York City. Hi, the Buffalo Estate. Do you ever watch that show? Howie? What's that show about the chick who refurbishes old buildings? I think he thinks it's called Rehab Addict. Sharon. I'll never. A lady doesn't tell. Rehab Addict, I think it's called. And I just love it when people are do historically correct restorations on buildings. Like, has anybody watched Bridgerton? Oh my God. I'm not saucy. Oh no, I'll have to. Love working in historic preservation. Oh, I love it when I love anything that gets historically preserved. I really, really do. Bridgerton. Okay, don't talk about Bridgerton because I just finished episode 5 last night where they got married and made love in the inn. So hot. Howie took one look at Bridgerton and said, look at them rewriting the history of England. I said, no, Howie, it's not supposed to be historically correct. It's just good. It's fun. It's nonsense. It's called television. Check out Boston Valley Terracotta where I work. I will. Is it a show or is it a company? I love terracotta. I love terracotta. I would, if I thought I could live with it, I would have terracotta shingles on my roof. But because when we had our mobile home in Arizona, it was like we looked because we were going to buy a house down there. Because when we bought the mobile home in the park was in 2009, right after the big crash, right? So, but we ended up selling it because we were married to it. Any time we could get off was spent saving up money so we could fly to Arizona, and it cost us over almost $500 a month to maintain. We couldn't afford it. So we got a coach instead. Same price. Well, same price monthly, okay, to pay for and use our coach as it was to maintain a mobile home, a park model mobile home in Arizona that we only got to visit twice and at the very most 3 times in a year with the coach. Hell, how he uses it all summer long. He parks it in the driveway. It's ugly as it. I don't like it in my driveway, right? But he parks it in the driveway so that because I don't do air conditioning and he loves air conditioning. I'm thinking of getting a tin roof. It's on Netflix. Yes. And apparently Mary Jane phoned me to tell me season 2 is coming. It's kind of like Jane Austen. It's kind of like Jane Austen, but with hot stuff. It's really good. Bev, you've lived a storied life. Thanks for making me laugh today. Well, Malka, I'm kind of, if anybody's listened to my readings of Little House Live, I'm the Tin Peddler. Okay, I'll sing the last song and I'll tell the last story, and I'll match anybody's story for story and song for song. Okay, maybe I'd probably lose that bet, but I'm pretty sure I could do it. It's a company in Buffalo. I work on a team that drafts a lot of the preservation jobs we do across the world. We did work on the new Penn Station. Well, you know what, Buffalo? I'm going to just call you Buffalo. You know what? If I ever come that far into New York, I'm going to come to your company and ask them if I can do an interview. How about that? Wouldn't that be fun? Simon and Daphne. Oh. Does anybody else, don't tell me if you've already watched the whole series, does anybody else think, A, she's going to have a baby? B, that love scene, I think he deliberately withdrew. I'm not going to say another word because he vowed to his father that if the line dies with him, he would never have marry. But because he's married doesn't mean he can't practice safe sex, right? And 3, that the guy's going to come back from Spain and rescue the distant cousin of the Featheringtons. We used to have, we used to have tours, no more since the pandemic. But I mean, when hubby and I have a binge watcher Outlander again, I stopped watching Outlander. I stopped watching Outlander because they just completely made a hash of their characters in one episode, and I couldn't watch it after that. Remember, I've read all the books too. So they were doing well until she went to go back through the stones and changed her mind. Okay? Get up, soldier! That was not what she did when she changed her mind. And he was not sitting by a fire. Okay? He was in a broken down old cottage with most of the roof missing, and the moonlight was shining in on him, and he was laying on the bench, on a bench, okay, like a couch but without padding. He was laying on a bench because he had told her, I will make sure I will stay there until I know you've made until everything's done. And as she walked in, she saw tears on his face in the moonlight, and he was asleep. And she snuggled up behind him and put her arm around him. And he did, and muscled in. And then he realized it was her, and he threw them both off the bench. And he was like laughing. It's like, oh my God, like, what are you doing here? And she's like, hot showers almost won. That was Claire. It's so hard not to tell hubby the plot when we're watching it. Even Howie was watching Outlander. The books are much, much better. Much, much better. I'm writing a book about my parents called The Narcissistic and the Hitman. Ooh, that sounds fascinating. I like it. But narcissistic, you know how you have the angel and the bad man? If you're going to say hitman, then the first name should sound like ... not narcissistic, right? So instead of the angel and the bad man, or the narcissistic and the hitman, leave it with me. I love books more than I have to read every night. I'm reading a series right now that the first 2 books were only like $1 on Kindle. And of course you got to pay the $8 for the 3rd book, but it's kind of depressing, but it's in Australia, and it's really good. It's in the 1800s of Australia. And it takes you, it really is difficult to kind of flip your brain around there whenever they talk about It's September, spring is blooming and blah, because their weather is completely opposite ours, right? They get their winter in the height of summer. I know because my nephew lives in Australia, and that's the only reason why it's not difficult for me to read it. It's the blessing. Hey, Linda, how are you, darling? Restored an 1898 hotel in Colorado Mountain when hubby and I. Anyone else binge watch Perry Mason? No. You mean like the original Perry Mason with who's the guy that played Ironside? The original Ironside. Howie, who played Perry Mason? No, Robert Ironside, my arse. No. Who played Ironside and Perry Mason? Raymond Burr. Thank you. Thank you, Audrey. Raymond Burr. Or is it a new one? Joe Mama. Yes, it's the original on CBS. All 7 seasons. Ooh. I didn't know if there was a new Perry Mason. I knew there was a new Ironside and he was black. Don't get me down on that. I just thought it was cool. Right? There is a new Perry Mason. Oh, there you go. Okay, Bev, been on 60 Minutes. Thank you. Brigitte, I'm a big fan of classic old movies. I record and watch them, but I love to read. I read every chance I get. You know what one of my favorite old movies is? Yours, Mine, and Ours. With not with Steve Martin or whoever it was. Yours, Mine, and Ours with Henry Fonda and Lucille Ball. Wow. That was a good movie. And what's the one with Foolish Carriage, Mary Jane? Cheaper by the original Cheaper by the Dozen. So, hey, Steven, we're going to go in a minute. But Steven's here, so I've remembered it's time. I love that movie, yeah. And what's one of my favorites? The Ghost of Mrs. Muir. The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. I think they should redo The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. Any movies with Bette Davis? What movie's that? The Ghost and Mrs. Muir. Yeah, absolutely. I have DVD. Oh, I had it too, but I'm going to have to get another copy because Briar and I ruined it. And Parenthood. That's one of my favorite movies. I love Ron Howard films. Parenthood was a really good movie. If you ever hear me say you never stop being a parent, you never reach the goalpost and spike the ball, because your kids, no matter how old you are, your children will always be your children. And I got news for you folks. I was 36 years old when my dad died, and I became an orphan. I became an orphan because when you lose a parent, no matter how old you are, they're still your parent. It's the same thing. Ghost and Mrs. Muir was only 2 seasons. Topic-wise, no, we're just talking. Oh, The Quiet Man. Yes. No, we're just talking about movies, and you missed Story. You missed a couple of saucy stories, Stephen. You may have to go back and watch. I love Ron Howard. I really do. Going to take a shower now. Have a great day, folks. To Kill a Mockingbird. That was another really good movie. It was a good book, too. So, excuse me. Well, I have my first puff of the day. Okay, did you post it in Facebook or did you email me, Chain Reaction, at connectedheartsfamily@gmail.com? So, I'm going to get off here shortly. I have to edit Ghost the Bootlegger's Horse. It's red, and I've started editing it. Hopefully, it'll be edited today and uploaded for tomorrow. Having a cup of can of cocoa, leftover pieces of chocolate from Choco Bombs. Did you give me the recipe or? Oh, you know what I did? I made a hot chocolate with my butter, and instead of just putting the butter in the hot chocolate and hitting it with the hand blender, I put in some sunflower lecithin, and that seemed to help it emulsify. So we'll see what I can come up with for ease. Because the bombs I saw were made with infused sugar. And infused sugar means making an alcohol tincture. And I'm not really thrilled with alcohol tinctures. It's like, yeah, I'm going to make oil. Okay. But I want to, you know, I want to get it all done in one shot because I don't like bringing alcohol like that into my home, especially right now. Right? So, oh, Malka, I'm glad you enjoyed today. Remember to check the post box, Bev, and thank you for the early stream. Well, you're quite welcome, my dear. I'm going for an oatmeal bath. See you all later. Do you put your oatmeal? Is it an Aveeno or do you do it yourself? Because if you want an oatmeal bath, folks, take a half a cup of steel cut oats, put it in a baggie or something, or put it in a coffee grinder, but don't make it too fine. Dump it into a knee-high stocking, tie it in a knot, and throw it in your bath. Piss on Aveeno. Okay, do it yourself. I will make sure we check the post tomorrow. Aren't they making a reboot of Little House? Are they? I have no idea. But they ruined it. They like, I loved that show when I was a kid until I read all the books and started reading the autobiography, and they just hashed it to crap. And so as they've ruined me gaining knowledge on the actual events in Laura Ingalls' life, ruined the Little House on the Prairie series for me. So I hope they do a new one that's more historically correct. An oatmeal bath helps with skin itching, inflammation, poison ivy, yeast infections, all kinds of stuff. There goes. All right, it's been over an hour. I gotta go. I gotta get some work done. I infused chocolate with coconut oil. There you go. Put the oatmeal in a stocking. Exactly. Got to go back to my house cleaning. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. I got work to do. All right. For all those who care to, please help me close with a spiritual push of light to push back at the darkness. Now, there's been a lot of controversy going on about this, and I'm going to keep it really simple. However I address my higher power, and however I address my higher power is how I address my higher power. Just because I call it my higher power and use a different name doesn't mean you are going to understand my higher power. Okay. I deliberately muddy the waters so that I can keep my faith private. All right. And you can keep yours private too. You just add your spiritual light and energy where your faith allows. Okay. And together we'll link hearts and we'll link hands and we'll push back at the darkness. Right. Okay. So let's take a deep breath. And if you don't want to stay, no harm, no foul, no judgment. That's the way this works, right? Oh, great spirit, original spirit from which my spark comes. Thank you for the beautiful snowfall today. Thank you for my friends and family. You're all my family who show up and help lighten any burdens or sadness or lingering things I don't know. You know what, God? We are all here together to lift each other up in prayer, lifting each other up into the sunshine of your love above the clouds that surround our world today. Okay? And even the naysayers and the negative Nancy's, God, we're not even going to give them a name. Even the naysayers and the negatives and the crap disturbers, we give them to you because all we can do is pray for them and give them to you, right? But for the rest of us, God, we just want to lift each other up into the sunshine of your love. And from this moment forward today, okay, may we walk representing peace and patience and tolerance. May our love for our fellow man radiate from us. So help us, God, as we link hearts and we link hands and we push out that shine from our hearts. And the bigger our circle gets, the more the light we cast and the more we push back at that darkness. Thank you, God, for creating this sacred circle. Amen. Shalom. Namaste. Blessed be. Merry meet. Peace be with you. Whatever your salutation and closing is, I hope it brings you love, light, laughter, and hope for a better day. That's all we can ask for. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead saying, I and Life with the Wolfies have to go plant seed. Take care. God bless. See you tomorrow, hopefully.